The Surfing Violinist presents the Beyond Bollywood OneTake, Episode 4, Ghajini. Ghajini is a masala blockbuster following in the time-honored India film tradition of filtering a plagiarized high-concept idea through the light of a myriad masala movie tropes. MEMENTO, by way of Madras. Ghajini is a masala musical revenge film with elements of film noir, rom-com, and tragic drama, and on that basis I give the film 3 out of 5 stars. Of course, the film cannot be mentioned without reference to its inspiration, the Nolan brothers' MEMENTO. If you're a plothead like me, just watch it if you haven't seen it yet, while MEMENTO is playing with the philosophical presuppositions of film noir and its inversions and subversions in a Rashomon-style examination of personal culpability. Ghajini is more like if Michael Bay were producing a Baz Luhrmann-directed musical adaptation of The Big Sleep if Sam Spade had short-term memory loss. This film was adapted by the same director for Bollywood, with Bollywood heavyweight Amir Khan taking the lead role, and I saw that version first early on in my Bollywood deep dive, and loved it. The Bollywood adaptation is almost beat for beat identical, but even without the higher budget and big ticket draw of A.R. Rahman doing the music, the original has all the charm that propelled the Bollywood version into the coveted 100 crore club, the first film in Indian history to break net domestic ticket sales of 1 billion rupees. I'll wait until the end of this video to issue my verdict on which of these 3 films I prefer. In the meantime, if you liked Ghajini, check out old film noir classics like The Big Sleep, The Maltese Falcon, and even Michael Mann's Collateral and Miami Vice. If you're more inspired by MEMENTO's meta approach to film noir, then you might enjoy In Bruges, Chinatown, The Machinist, or one of my favorite films of 2018, Upgrade. Speaking of sci-fi, the Blade Runner franchise is sci-fi of course, but its film noir underpinnings really tap into the rich mind of Philip K. Dick's trippy approach to dystopia, so if you like MEMENTO, a Philip K. Dick deep dive starting with Blade Runner would be worth it. For the revenge film side of Ghajini, movies like The Outlaw Josie Wales, The Count of Monte Cristo, and Walking Tall might be some good choices. One other recommendation seems rather strange, but of all things, both incarnations of Ghajini bear more than a passing resemblance to Citizen Kane. All 3 films tell the story of a media magnate who falls in love with an effervescent, unassuming young woman after a chance encounter that ends up changing his life forever. If you haven't seen it yet, Citizen Kane transcends the hype, and it is worth your time if you're a serious student of film. It's nothing like Ghajini in terms of other genre expectations, but as the story of a man trying to remember what's important, both Ghajini's and MEMENTO are seriously in debt to Citizen Kane. As far as Indian films go, I would like to ask the audience for recommendations. What other South Indian or other regional Indian films bear similarities to Ghajini in terms of production value, genre mixing, and overall appeal? One of my favorite comments I've read since restarting these one-takes is this one from user Apurupa217 on Letterboxd. Surya could do The Hurt Locker and Tare Zameen Par, but Guy Pearce and Amir Khan wouldn't be able to pull off the crop top look in Rangola. A lot of times I'm doing these just to poke fun at some of the stupid criticisms people will say on the internet. This was just a work of art, so thank you, Apurupa217. I think the most measured take I found on Letterboxd was from Ashish, who was filled with nostalgia upon a rewatch, even after being scandalized when he found out that the film was a copy of MEMENTO's central idea. He said, "The scene which comes in the song O Ka Maru, where Sanjay and Kalpana are eating watermelon roadside and Sanjay's employees see him and salute him, is still my favorite music scene till now. Even though the main concept is a ripoff, this film is a near-perfect commercial action thriller which have many memories all over it." I think Ashish is right on the money. This is a movie filled with moments that manage to rise above the mess of the sum of the parts of the movie, and I do love it for that. Even for me as a Ferungi outsider, there's a lot of nostalgia associated with moments from this movie, and I didn't even see the original one. I only saw the remake. Imperfect execution, but they're just great moments of this movie. Overall, the film doesn't age terribly well. There's some glaring moments of the worst kinds of Indian action film tropes, like the villain being twins, played by the same actor in a double role, which I'm sure made the production quite difficult, especially in the fight scenes, but it detracts from the film's other strengths, and the effects work does not age well at all. There's also the typical borrowing from Matrix physics and real-world scenarios, which is just so jarring in an otherwise modern film noir kind of setup. It's taking the film a bit too far to Salman Khan blockbuster action mode in my opinion, and it just doesn't have the budget to pull such Looney Tunes physics off. And this distracts from some real creativity in the action scenes early on, like with the blood faucet scene. This is regional cinema copying the worst elements of masala blockbuster in my opinion. Nonetheless, Asen, the music, the rom-com elements, and the tragic scene of Asen's death all rise above this mishmash of self-indulgence to make the overall experience memorable. Even the sappy stuff like the kids crossing the street really still worked for me, and the director and lead and this great little child actress put a very simple and subtle bow on the end of this film that was unexpected for me. Thankful for the Ghajini phenomena, and it will always have a special place in my heart. So, who wins? Which of these three incarnations of the same high concept do I prefer? Well, for all Ghajini's charms, I still prefer Nolan's effort. It's a gimmick, but it's one that continues to serve as a great reminder to me that in my rush to solve mysteries, I may in fact be my own worst enemy. And when I pit the South Indian version versus the Bollywood remake, even taking the lower budget into account, the original Ghajini just has too many distracting cases of self-indulgence and dated style that almost choke the beautiful love story of all its vitality. I'm glad it was made, not only because it introduced Asin's stunning talent to the world, which unfortunately has not been well utilized by Bollywood's own gratuitous excess, but also for giving Murugadoss, and I'm sorry for mispronouncing his name, the opportunity to further refine his own twist on masala action and romance. Let me know what other Tamil films I should catch up with in the comments. To see these videos early, without ads, join the lineup here on YouTube. You just need a YouTube account, and for $1.99 a month, you click this little join button and sign up to get early and ad-free access to 4 monthly vlogs: the surf vlog, the masala vlog, the violin vlog, and the family vlog. Thank you very much.